Hey everyone, just know that you can use the promo code BROADS for $20 off of your SeatGeek's total purchase, so make sure you get yourself to a game. I'm not going to lie. This week, the Eagles almost kind of took the back page for me. With the Sixers being the hot item and Joe Girardi getting hired, the Sixers have just bothered me. They have annoyed me because I'm sick and tired of hearing the same storylines. Alshon Jeffery, is he the anonymous source? Nelson Agholor can't catch the football. Is Carson Wentz a bad leader? What's going on with Doug Pederson's culture? Lane Johnson calling guys out. I'm just sick and tired of the same conversation and the same media questions, which it's their job and they are asking the right questions. I'm not blaming them, but personally, I don't want to hear it anymore. The team gets blown out the last two games. They have a lot of struggles internally right now. There's a ton of pressure on them to get the job done against the Bills. It is their third straight road game. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a tough situation to be in. 3 straight road games, you're traveling all that much, and you're not playing well either, and the locker room is all discombobulated. I don't know what to expect. Am I supposed to expect this offense to just magically start to flow? And to do that against a Bills defense that's legit as hell? Zach Ertz has not been able to be effective whatsoever. The Bills do a fantastic job at defending the tight end position. Every position, really, but look at the numbers statistically, and the window for that tight end, it's not wide open. So that's our go-to guy, right? Zach Ertz, that's our best weapon. Well, that's not even going to be available, according to the way the Bills play defense. How am I supposed to sit here and say that it's magically just all going to start happening? We are just going to go in there and dominate and make it happen. I hope that is the case. I really do. But I can't tell you that's going to happen. I've watched this team's offense struggle week after week after week after week after week after week for the last 2 seasons under Mike Rowe and Doug Pederson as a combination. This Bills defense is so legit. And that building is loud and obnoxious, and they have crazy and insane fans that are nuts. I mean, they're jumping through tables pregame for hours, 6 hours, 7 hours before the game. Jumping through tables, getting lit on fire, and throwing mustard and ketchup on people. It's going to be a hostile environment. The communication has to be key. Here's the thing. The communication has not been good. Defensively, offensively, the offensive line hasn't had the best communication. Defense is all over the place. Now, you look at the Bills' offense, and you understand that they aren't the greatest in the world. Josh Allen is a talented player. He runs around a little bit. He can make throws, but they don't have this elite offense. They struggle to move the ball. But what's our defense? It hasn't been good. Right now, at defensive tackle, we're starting a guy next to Fletcher Cox who was picked up off nowhere. Practice squad type players because Hassan Ridgeway hits the IR. That's a brutal loss. We went from Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, and Tim Jernigan and Hassan Ridgeway to now this. The linebacker core isn't strong. And then you have Jalen Mills and, Rasul Douglas? Unless Ronald Darby gets in the mix a little bit, or Sidney Jones, or Craig James, who knows? Who knows? The Bills' offense isn't good, but the Eagles' defense isn't good. So something has to give. I don't have a good feeling about this. I know the Eagles are desperate and they need to get this win because they can't go 0-3 on this 3-game road trip. They just can't. So they are desperate. I just don't feel it. Or I'm just not believing it until I see it. I'm not going to fall into this, well, we're going to win, and say this every single week. I'm not going to believe it until I see it because I feel like this team is what it is. It's not a great football team. The travel is a lot. One thing that cracked me up, by the way, Doug Pederson talking about how the locker room is mad. The locker room's mad, right? And deservingly so. They are mad, and I would assume that's okay for the head coach to say, right? They're mad. Then Jason Kelce gets asked about it. That's not the right way to do things. We're frustrated, but it's not mad. You don't just fix everything and get pissed off, and that fixes everything. So it's like Jason Kelce and Doug Pederson are completely on the wrong page here. Two different pages. Doug Pederson wants them to be mad for them to get pissed off to do something about it. Jason Kelce thinks there's other ways to fix that. You don't just get pissed off and things change because you're all just screaming, hooting, and hollering, disgusted. You got to fix the issue. He's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. The Bills are 5-1. Now I look at the Bills and say it's a fake 5-1. They beat the Jets. They beat the Giants. I believe Eli Manning was even still playing football when they beat the Giants. The Bengals, the Titans, the Dolphins, and they lost to the Patriots in a battle where their defense stayed in it without a doubt. The problem was they couldn't move the ball offensively a lick because their offense is garbage. And the defense of the Patriots are very good. But they are 5-1. It doesn't feel that way. They don't seem like that type of team. But wait until that defense gets going. Carson Wentz needs to have a great game. Carson needs to deliver. Alshon has to deliver. Nelson Agholor has to catch the damn football. Dallas Goedert can't fumble. Turnovers killed us. Killed us. We were down 14-0, 6 minutes into the football game last week? That's unacceptable. We can't be turning the football over like that. We have to keep Carson Wentz upright. We got to get the run game going. Miles Sanders, to me, he stinks when it comes to running the football. There are 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round draft picks, and hell, even undrafted players who are effective instantly in the NFL at the running back position. Miles Sanders misses all of these gaps and takes way too long to realize what gaps are open. I can't believe it. My eyes are stunned. Like that 3rd and 4 play last week, that's unacceptable. This is a 2nd round pick. How do you not understand what holes to hit when the offensive line creates these opportunities? I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't think Jordan Howard was bad last week. We need to continue to use him, and then he's thriving right now. But for some reason with this committee, and I don't even know, is it even a committee really anymore? Is it just those two? What happened to Darren Sproles? We bring this old veteran back. He plays one game with, over 20-something carries, and now he's just shut down? We abused him in the first game of the season. Now he hasn't played since? You can look at this Eagles management, and I know that's not what this is about. This is about the Eagles and the Bills, but it just frustrates me. It really does. It irritates me. That's a bad decision to bring back Darren Sproles. He used him one game. And the whole Deshaun Jackson thing, once again. Week after week after week, yeah, he's running on the side field. He's not practicing with the team, but he's running on the side field. I don't care that he's running on the side field. And that's something that kind of relates to what I said in the beginning. I'm just sick and tired of hearing the same crap right now with the Eagles. I'm sick and tired of hearing the same stuff. The drama in the locker room. Doug Pederson's culture. Carson Wentz. Is Alshon Jeffery the anonymous source? Now you got Fletcher Cox. I don't want to hear it anymore. Just go out there and show it to me on Sunday. You got the Sixers taking the hype right now. People in this city are so pumped for the next game, which is Saturday. That's what we care about right now. Until you prove us something on Sunday. It's not going to be easy. I don't know how we're going to move the ball. I watched Doug Pederson put together a successful game plan. And this isn't the first time I've said this. But I've watched him put together a successful game plan against Green Bay without Deshaun Jackson. And we went into Lambeau Field and beat them. And they are a good football team. A very good football team. Why can't we put together something similar to that? Why can't our players perform to that level? The offensive line in that game was tremendous. Why can't it be tremendous against the Bills? Like, I've seen it happen with this roster right now. Why can't it happen? I love this Eagles organization. All right, I do. They piss me off, but I love them deep down. They need to figure this out. They have to go out there and perform at a good level. You need to come out of that game and say, okay, whew, I can breathe. If it's ugly, I'm just saying, if we win a football game 12-9, and we're kicking field goals and finding a way to squeak one out, do you feel any different at 4-4? I feel like we need a game where Carson has a fantastic game, the offense moves, but why should I feel like that will happen? I've seen it not happen more times than not, right? I feel like that's the definition of insanity. It's a very standard thing to say, right? But the definition of insanity, you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, we're going into another football game with this team. Why should I expect something different? Maybe because I mentioned this. I've seen it. I've seen it in Green Bay. I don't know. I'm a frustrated Eagles fan right now, if you couldn't tell. But here we go. Buffalo on Sunday. I mean, it's a must-win game. It's a must-win game to go 0-3 on this 3-game road trip. It's brutal. It's brutal, and it can't not be discussed how much travel that has been in the last 3 weeks. For them to win the 3rd game of the long travel. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm concerned about. All right, let me know what you think down below. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.